Hello everyone, welcome to UniVoyage. And today we have Prateek with us. Prateek is DUJAT AIR-1, as you guys might be knowing. So if you have any questions, or I have a few questions in my mind that I would like to ask him. But before we move on to that, if you guys have any questions, please let us know so that you can clear all your doubts from the right source regarding DUJAT. And if you can ask me. Sakshi is asking us how we are. Yeah, I'm great. Online classes are going on, and life is a little hectic at IIM because there are so many things going on simultaneously. And I think Prateek will also relate because he's also doing quite a few things. So Prateek, how are you? Like, what's going on?
Like in my college, the externals are going to start from tomorrow itself, and and moreover, the online classes, I would say it's both a boon and a bane. Like we have been attending the classes at the ease of our homes, like on sitting on the bed and attending all the classes and all. And sometimes I personally do miss even the first class, maybe because I'm not able to wake up that early. And also it's a bane because I'm saying it's a bane because um, like the education is not going that way like we had always wanted to like we are quite lethargic and become lazy due to this online education, and I think it will soon be better because of the physical classes.
So Prateek, Yash is asking, did you take a 1 year program?
uh, Sorry, could you repeat?
Yash is asking, did you take a 1 year program? Can you just elaborate on the program that you are enrolled in? Because I know, but the audience wants to know again.
See, I have enrolled in BBFIA, which stands for Bachelor's of Business Administration in Financial Investment Analysis, and this is a full-fledged 3-year course at Shahid Subdef College of Business Studies. So this is not a 1-year course. This is a full-fledged 3-year course, like a bachelor's degree, like BCom and maybe economic honors.
Okay, and Prateek, someone in the chat has asked that what was your strategy while preparing? I think Sakshi has asked what was your strategy while preparing for DUJAT. So quick.
Okay, so I think it's a long story then. From the like DUJAT has 4 basic sections on which questions are asked. One of them is English, and for English, I generally prepared. I had focus on broad areas. First one of them was vocabulary, and the second one was reading comprehension. For vocabulary, I used to read newspapers and like Hindu and Live Mint. And for uh, and for the reading comprehensions, I think the coaching center where I was enrolled at, they provided me enough material for that. And for the LR section requires a lot of practice because it's a race against time. So even though the questions are not that difficult, but here your accuracy and your time, like how fast you can solve your efficiency matters. So again, that's a point where I'm trying to emphasize that you need to practice a lot when it comes to logical reasoning, though the questions are easier, and you don't want to lose out marks in that particular section. For quantitative aptitude, in DUJAT examination, there are 2 parts. Like there is one is general quantitative aptitude, and the other one is the class 11th and 12th maths. So for the class 11th and 12th maths, I went about the formulas and solving the basic questions of class 11th and 12th. Uh, then I started practicing the more objective based questions which were given by the IMS materials where I was enrolled. And moreover, I also referred to the book by Aryan Publications, and I think it's a pretty good book for preparing for DUJAT. and at the end, I would say for GK. So GK was something in which I was not very much interested. So I studied for GK for the last 2 or 3 months at the max. And so for GK, I again referred to newspapers like Life Mint and Hindu. And for like in DUJAT, GK is asked from various sections, like there is business GK, there is static GK, and the rest is current affairs. So for static GK, I refer to my coaching materials, and for the current affairs, I refer to newspapers and yeah, newspapers, and there are a few websites like GK Today, Cloud Affairs, and I think they give us ready-made objective based questions based on general awareness or the current affairs. So I think those were quite helpful in my during my preparation. And for the business GK again, for the business GK, I particularly prepared it from the material which I was provided from IMS. So I think this was my entire preparation.
Okay, so I can see a lot of questions for me, and it's the same question: is it difficult to crack Ipmat entrance? And I would just like to say that it is slightly difficult, but it's not impossible. So the hype that is there around it, that it's so like difficult and unachievable and all, I don't think that is the case. So yeah. Also, Prateek, there is a question for you. What section of general awareness to focus more, like business side or the geographical side or the history? So please
See,
tell.
for general awareness, what I feel is over the years, the on observing the pattern of questions that have been asked, I can say that like I can say that 99% that's question from static will not be there. Like the static GK questions will not come, and the main focus would be on business GK and on current affairs. So like this year only, like the 2020 paper, there were 10 questions from GK, although we had expected to the number of questions to be 25, but it was a total surprise for us also that they are just 10 questions. And out of those 10 questions, there was not a single question from static GK. And there were all 10 questions were from the current affairs and the business GK. So I would suggest you to prefer or focus more on business GK and current affairs, and focus less on the other part of the GK, that is the static one.
Yeah, thank you. And Roshan is asking me what my rank was. Yeah, I was all Air 14 in IPM 80. We did not get our scores for the final exam. So I don't know my score. And the range that I was getting in my mocks, I was getting around 150, 160 to have gotten 240 also. So it really depends on the difficulty of the mock. Like there is no set score that,
Yeah.
will help you save. So I think Prateek will agree with me. He's also given quite a few mocks. So that was the case. And if you want more details on what I was getting in my mocks, we have a video about it. So you can, dive into that and have a look at it. Uh, Hardworking boy said that I should collaborate with Human Thought. Yeah, why not? Maybe someday later. Um, Preparation strategy for verbal ability section of IPM 80 Indore. So I would like to say that IPM 80 verbal section is divided into several components that they usually ask. So I can't guarantee this year's paper, but what they usually ask is parajumbles, reading comprehension, phrasal verbs, fill in the blanks, and idioms and phrases. And this is like, something that they usually ask, but I'm not like guaranteeing anything. What I mean to say is that these are topics that you can focus more on. Get any good book in the market. I personally studied from Arun Sharma Verbal Ability, the CAT book, because my mindset was if I don't clear it now, I will have to give CAT anyway later for getting into an MBA school. So I need those books. So I studied from there only. And a lot of people even suggest Word Power by Norman Lewis. I would say it's a good book and it's a good strategy, but right now, because you're short of time, do that later. Because vocabulary is something that you can't guarantee. like you're putting in XYZ hours, but is that actually going to be asked? Like you can't guarantee that. So rather put in effort in quants or something that, you can see the tangible results. Okay, Yash is asking, I think I misinterpreted his question. He is asking that, did you prepare for the whole year?
No, I didn't prepare for the whole year. Like I started my preparation after my boards exam ended, like in the month of April only. Uh, uh, though in the normal scenario, it would have been like my preparation would have been for just 2 months, since the papers would be in the month of June or at max in July. So I think my preparation would have been for 2 months had been this year a normal year. But I think due to coronavirus, this year my preparation time was extended to 6 months.
Yeah, I think if anyone asks me the same question, I would go with the same answer. Majority of my preparation was after my board exams. So there is a follow-up question. Can we prepare for DUJAT after boards? Like, what do you suggest? Yeah, that is exactly what Prateek did. So
Yeah, I think a lot of students do this only, and uh, taking a 1 year coaching or 2 year coaching is, I think, is also fruitful. But I think it depends again from person to person. If you know that you have strong quantitative aptitude, then I think you don't require that if you can prepare GK on your if you can prepare GK without coaching, and you know that you are quite good in maths, so I think you don't require a full 1 year coaching. So it would put extra burden on you while you're preparing for boards. So I think taking a crash course would help in that case.
all right. And there's a comment saying personal interviews concerning me more than writing. I understand where you come from. This year we just have in IPMAT we just have personal interview and or VBA. Like they have not yet clarified on that. So don't worry. I mean, everyone is in the same boat and everyone's at the same level. It's not like we have some like extraordinary prodigies that are appearing for the exam. So that's fine. Can a non-math student clear IP Mat? Yes, there are so many non-math students in IP Mat. Yeah, I would say the ratio math students are there more because the entire process is a little quant biased. The reason being that the course is very quant heavy, so they need to check if you will actually be able to do. But I personally feel that if you're from a non-maths background and if you can do well, you have an advantage because they need to maintain the diversity in the batch. So they need to have, like people from humanities, people from commerce. So if you are like of the good lot, then it'll be easier for you. Now, Pratik, there's a question for you. Do you read the whole newspaper? Because I have also subscribed to Hindu newspaper, but I just do one page and it takes a lot of time. So
Okay, so see again, like it depends on how much time you have. If you can give like 1 to 2 hours every day, then you can read almost 50 or maybe more than 50% newspaper. But let's say if you have just 10 to 15 minutes every day, then I think you can go with the editorial section. That is the best part of in the newspaper, I would say. And if not, then it's I mean, whatever you can read in a particular day, you should. It doesn't matter how much you read.
all right. Someone is asking me IP Mat general category cutoff. I can't tell you that. No one can tell you that because I cannot predict this year's cutoff. I'm not God or the oracle. So we just that depends on the difficulty level of the paper. You can take the last 2 years cutoffs as you can gauge their difficulty level last 2 years papers and see the cutoff and figure out. Uh, is current affairs and GK required for IPMAT personal assessment? See, they ask GK questions in the interview, but I have heard a lot of experiences of people who do not know the answers, but they have confidently, like they've said, okay, we don't know. which is fine because as a human, you can't be expected to remember, like, minister of some home minister of your state and all. See, some basic things we will know, but some we don't know. So they ask some really random question. They just want to understand like the smartness of the student. So I heard an interview experience of someone where there was a conversation going on about cricket, and they asked him that how many seats are there in Wankhede Stadium, because he had said that I've gone to see a cricket match there. So he doesn't know, but he said, I think it is this much, and I'm giving you an entire analysis for this. And he gave them an analysis that, there are these sections, and I think there would be around these many seats over here, etc. Now, when he went back home and he checked, the answer was way off, like thousands away. But he still got selected. The reason being that he gave the analysis and he gave a smart answer. So that is fine. And I digressed a little. Current affairs and GK you can do last month, to gain a perspective. So that if they ask you that recently this has happened, what is your view on this? So that way. Prateek, there is a question for you. Why did you not take IPM as a target exam? So why don't
Okay, so let me clear it out. At the initial phase, I just wanted to give both the examinations, but it happened both the exams of the both the exams were on the same day. I had to choose between the two. I have to choose one between the two. So I thought that in DUJAT my chances were pretty good as compared to Ipmat, since the number of seats are also more in DUJAT. So I went on giving. I went on taking DUJAT instead of Ipmat. Had the two exams been on different days, I would have given both.
all right. And there is another question for you. What marks out of 400 in DUJAT would be enough to be in the top 100?
To be in top 100, see, again, it depends on the level of difficulty of the paper. Like this year, I would say um, the person who had the rank 10, all India rank 10, had scored 297 out of 400. And like okay, so you would see that like this year cutoff for went to 185 rank, and the last year it was for 164 ranks. And so the number of seats also differs over the years. And like for marks, I cannot comment directly like how much marks you need to score. It solely depends on the level of difficulty. If the difficulty level is too high, then which naturally isn't in case of DUJAT exam. So if the difficulty level is moderately high, then then you might need to score something above 260 or 270 for to be in the top 100. And if the difficulty level is quite low or the paper is easy, then might need to score 280 above for that top 100 rank.
Yes, Yashrata. Non-math students are there with us in our batch. So you don't need to worry about that. Prateek, someone is asking, how do you prepare for the exam along with the boards? Because these guys have it all together. So if you
Yeah.
have, yeah.
So, while I was preparing for boards, I was prioritizing boards over DUJAT. And moreover, at that time when I was preparing, I hadn't enrolled anywhere else for preparing for any competitive examination. I was just giving priority to CBC boards, because I knew that for DUJAT there is a 35% weightage for my boards marks, and the rest 65 is on the marks which I score in DUJAT. So that was the reason why I was giving first priority to boards examination. And as far as balancing both of them is concerned, I think you can well manage at least the GK part, which you can do right from the starting of your 12th class. Or if like if even if you start today, you can well complete the entire GK or most of it till the time you are sitting for your exam, like your DUJAT exam. And for others, I think this year is a special case for all of you. You would not be getting enough time. Like the boards exam have also been postponed till May, if I'm not hardly having time of let's say 30 days or 20 days. I would suggest in this case you should start practicing and but do prioritize your board examinations because that is what is going to give you more Delhi than a full list of Delhi university colleges. So I think that is what I did during my preparation. Um, and so yeah so yeah
All right. Someone's asking which books to prefer for quants. Arun Sharma would be my personal suggestion because that is what I refer to. And there are a lot of books in the market. We have made a video about it very recently. So you can go ahead and have a look at that if you want an elaborate list. Uh, there is another question, how to prepare for phrasal verbs and idioms and phrases, if I'm not wrong. I don't know. The question is lost somewhere. Yeah, phrasal verbs and idioms. So, how do you prepare for that? You practice. I would not. See, the thing is, by hearting, what happens is how much can you remember? Like, by hearting is not a very clean technique for recollecting. It's good to read through. Like, you can read it again and again every day so that you remember. Like, frequently, if you revise, your retaining would be better, and practice as many questions as you can. So that would be like the right way to do it. And again, if you get a good book in the market, they have practice questions. Any tips to improve RC section? Practice, go for a higher level than the exam. So like I did CAT level reading comprehensions, and I did this like at that point of time I was not very aware about the difficulty level of the RC in IPM 80. And then when I went on to solve, I realized that, oh my god, like what was I doing? And this is quite easier than CAT RCs, because if you see CAT RCs, they are around like 400, 490 words. So you can go for a high level, maybe not CAT level, but a higher level that will help you read the Hindu. Prateek has given some really good tips about that part also. Then Ipmat is clashing with boards. Is there any chance of postponing it? I cannot tell you this because I'm not the institute. So you can mail them if you feel, I mean, it is a genuine concern. So you can do that. Where to give mocks, please tell. You search online. UniVoyage has also conducted a mock, and we will be conducting more in the future. So you can accordingly look up. It is not that difficult. Come on. Like if you search online, I'm sure you'll find, and UniVoyage is also there to help you guys. How to ace your quants? Prateek, why don't you take this up?
okay so like I can okay so first of all if you are from a non maths background, then I think for IPMAT, Vedika can take this, and for DUJAT, you cannot give DUJAT without maths and without a maths background. And like if you have maths background and you are not good at it, then I think first of all you should go about brushing up all the concepts that you have read in class 11th and 12th. Then after brushing up, you should solve the simplest of the questions, because you know like when you just start grasping some of the concepts, you just need to know like how to apply those concepts. And in quant, the most important part is you should know the concept. Even even the toughest of the questions will test you on a concept only. So just try to grasp each and every concept that you go about in the books, and try as many questions try and solve as many questions as you can. Then after solving those questions, analyze your performance, like what are the topics you are not able to solve. Then again go through the concept. I'm emphasizing more on the concept part in quants. And moreover, after analyzing the performance, again start with the simplest of the questions, because you need to know where how and like how to apply the concept. And after you learn like how the application of the concept, application of the concept, I think it would be a far more easier for you to go about solving the questions for quant. Like Vedika, if you would like to add.
No, I agree with all of this. I would just say that you asked me for non-math students for IPMAT. I would say that the entire strategy that Prateek said was like top notch. Just that you guys won't be having 11, 12 books to go back to, which is fine. I mean, you can borrow those books or refer to other material to build your concepts. And for IPMAT, see, you can choose to not attempt a few questions. Like you have that gap, right? So I mean, if you are struggling a lot, like you cannot manage certain topics, benefit of doubt, leave a few topics that are not that important. Like in the past years, they haven't been asked. Like for example, higher math and all. A lot of people do. They do DC. I mean, calculus, differential calculus also as a backup. Now stuff like that is not asked in IP math, and it's 11, 12 math. So if you want to leave it, I mean, go ahead. So that would be my suggestion. Maths tips for humanities students. This only. Another thing is that if you are weak in quants, then try to push up your verbal section so that you get an overall higher score. And quants, try for like plan accordingly that I have to at least clear the cutoff. Like if you are at a stage where you're really struggling with it, practice. I have already said the important topics in quants. Also guys, please like, share and subscribe. I think we're doing this for you, and we'd really appreciate it if we could get that from you, like right now, whoever is there. Amresh is asking again and again where to give mocks from. Just search now on Google, and UniVoyage is there. I think I have mentioned this twice or thrice. We have done one successful mock, and we'll be doing more in the future. And we are ensuring that we give you guys good quality mocks. So, I'm weak at maths and English. Can I crack IP Math with 1 year preparation? Yes, you can. I would say yes, you can. Prateek, sir, can we crack DUJAT even if we start after boards this year, as we are going to have less time this year and I'm totally stuck now? Practicals have started.
Yeah, considering your situation, I think you are in a like if you haven't started yet, then it would be a tough job for you guys. Like if you would be getting just 20 or maybe at max 30 days for your preparation for competitive examinations. So, like if you have your practicals right now, then I think there would be some time between your practicals and the boards, and you can start something in between that time period. And also like I would suggest you like to join some or one or the other institutes, since they would be able to guide you better in this uh, stressful situation. And moreover, like if you now solely depend on your preparation after your boards, I don't I think it would be very very difficult for you. And like there is subject like general knowledge which you can still do on your do yourself without anybody's help. So I think you can focus on that. And yeah, I mean it would be difficult for you guys, I know, but you have to start right now if you want to clear any of these examinations.
Yeah, I mean, I second that. Like, a lot of people have been asking me, can I clear it that I start now? Yeah, but what are you waiting for? Like, just start. It's high time now. So, Aditi is asking, do co-curriculars also play a major role in the selection process? No, Aditi, they do not play a major role for IP Mat. The reason being that they are firstly not a component only in the selection process. If you guys get VBA, then you are sorted. Like they won't. The curricular part is extracurricular part is something you have to send a pre-recorded video, right? So they're not going to question you on that anyways, because you all are not having an interaction in that context. If there is a personal interview, most of the cases that I have heard, they just put a glance at your profile and then they go ahead to ask the questions that they want to ask you, because they know that co-curriculars is something that everyone can conjure up, but your in-person smartness is like that they can test only in the interview. So they go ahead to ask that. If you have some national international level achievements, then yeah, that makes you stand out a little, but they do not play a major role in the selection process. Prateek, do you jet extra co-curriculars also tell us?
For DUJAT, there is no PI round or VAT round, for one thing, and another thing is that for DUJAT you just need to clear the DUJAT examinations. That its weightage is 65%, and for the boards its weightage is 35%. So there's a total cumulative score which is calculated, and on the basis of this score you get admission into the colleges based on DUJAT.
All right. Uh, There is one question. I'm weak at maths and English. Can I crack Ipmat with 1 year preparation? Yes, Siddhant, you can, but you don't need to spam the chat. It's very difficult for me to, read all the other questions. Okay, lot of spamming unnecessary. Yeah. In entrances like Ipmat, UCT, DUJAT, etc., which section do you guys think is difficult and should be practiced daily in order to ace the test? I know all sections are important, but which needs more attention? Prateek?
Okay, for DUJAT, I think there is some overstressing on the general knowledge section, and I mean, it's quite overrated, and a lot of people say that this is the toughest section, but I don't think it's the toughest. If you practice even for a month or two, you would be able to, do that section quite comfortably. And I think in DUJAT, you won't find any section which is particularly difficult. Um, like unlike IPMAT where you would find that okay the one section is difficult if you are not good at quants, but I think in DUJAT you can easily prepare each of these sections within a very short stipulated time, and this was for DUJAT.
For Ipmat also, I would say, so I personally think that quant is the most difficult section, and for me it was. But over the past few months, I have been interacting with a lot of aspirants, and I have come to realize that some people are like very good with numbers, but they struggle with verbal. So it depends on you. I would just leave it at that, that it actually depends on you, because I've met people who are like, they can solve quants easily, but they can't clear the verbal cutoff. And then met people who can clear the verbal cutoff, but they're struggling in quants. So it's on you. For me, it was the quant section that was more difficult. Guys, please don't spam the chat. It is very difficult for me to find out, questions of people, and I really want to solve your doubts. So, which JC college were you two in? I was in Narsimhanji College of Commerce and Economics in Mumbai, junior college. Prateek was not in a junior college, if I'm not wrong. He was in a 11th, 12th school because
Yeah.
they had that system there. Prateek, you can tell us which school you were in and your background. And
Yeah, I was in CRPF public school, and in Delhi there are no college system for like junior college. We have college after 12th. So I was in CRPF public school. I've completed my school. I mean, from KG to 12th in the same school.
which topics can guarantee me the maximum number in quants? For IP Math, I would say matrices, determinants, number system, logarithms are important. Permutations, combinations, they ask 1, 2 questions. Probability, they ask 1, 2 questions. Um, Time, speed, distance, there is one. Simple compound interest, there is one. There's one DILR set that is asked, functions and geometry. Now I'm not guaranteeing that this is going to be the pattern this year, but from what you have studied from the past trends, these are the important topics. Do droppers have disadvantage in interview and selection process? We have over the years observed a number of droppers who have joined IPM. So I think the interviewers understand that, we are at a very young age, we might, have the lack of judgment or whatever. It's fine. Like, that's all right. So, and then there are people who have taken a drop for 2 years also. I think the maximum that they can do is they can ask you why you took the drop, and you should be prepared for that question. Like, you should have some genuine answer, either an honest answer or a smart answer, whatever, but not like, it shouldn't be a very like a negative answer in your favor. Like, you shouldn't pull down yourself too much in front of them. So you can come up with a good answer for that, and I think you're sorted. It's not a big deal, to be very honest. How to prepare for DUJAT business com?
Okay, for the business part, I think you will find a plenty of resources on the internet of like okay, let me tell you what are the various types of questions which are asked in the business part of DUJAT. You will get a better idea like how to prepare. So one of them is maybe the brand ambassadors. You can find the brand ambassadors on the internet quite easily. One type of question could be the CEOs of the company. One type of question could be the mergers and acquisition uh, that have successfully carried out in the last 2 to 3 or maybe the last 6 months. So anything which is of importance, like anything which is happened in the last 6 months and is related to any like the process of business, like it may be the brand ambassador, it may be the tagline of the company, it may be the CEO of the company, like a new CEO has been appointed, anything like that. And or maybe it can, or maybe they can ask a change in logo, like which company has undergone a change in logo. So I think these type of questions can be asked in a business GK. So and I think that these questions that these topics can be easily found on the internet. If you just go on the Google and start searching these things, then you will easily come across these things in a short period of time.
Okay, Prateek, there's a follow-up question. I mean, not a follow-up, but a question related to this. How many months are enough for current affairs?
For current affairs, I personally have started studying current affairs from in the last 3 to 4 months. And um, the sole reason behind was that I knew that I would be getting much time after the examination due to the lockdown. But I don't suggest the same for you guys, because I know that you won't be getting that much time that we had got. So I would suggest you to start reading the current affairs from various websites like Cloud Affairs and all from today itself, if you have not started yet. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, you should start as early as possible.
All right. There's one question. Did you solve full Arun Sharma book? No, I did not. Sorry, I did not solve the entire book. I excluded on some LODs, level of difficulty sections. The reason being that topics like ratio, proportion, averages, mixtures, allegations, arithmetic, I was like I felt I was sorted with it, and they don't ask like a lot of it. So I did not move on to LOD3. So I have excluded accordingly, like whatever I felt, was necessary to exclude. And I needed to make time for my mocks, because I feel mocks are very, very important. So that was it. Prateek, there's a question for you. So you are from DU. So did you get any news that common entrance test would be conducted or not? And if it
Okay.
is, then will DUJAT be scrapped off?
See, even so right now there is no such news like DUJAT will be scrapped off and CUCET will be introduced. though it's in the talks, but it's not, but nothing has been finalized as of now. And moreover, what I feel is that even if DUJAT is scrapped off and CUCET is introduced, like it's a common entrance for all the students across India, so I think the exam pattern would be the same. The level of questions would be the same. So I think that should not deter you from practicing questions for DUJAT, because since everything is going to same, just the name of the examination has would be changed. So so I think that that shouldn't be a matter of concern as of now.
All right, thank you. So there is there's so many spam messages, very difficult for me to find, if I'm missing out on anything. Please just re-put the question once, like not 10 times. Why don't you take a foreign college for BBA as a target? So my reasons were that I wasn't sure if I wanted to go abroad or not. And I feel it is a waste of money. It's my personal opinion. If you go and you study there and you come back over here and you do, a job, the reason being that the ROI would be pretty low compared to, the amount of like the exorbitant fees that you're paying. And then you come back and you get a job here. So if you are going there to study, better to earn there only in their currency. So my reasons were that I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go abroad. And the second thing was that I would rather go for MBA, in some nice B school like HBS or Kellogg's or something. I don't know. So that is like a long time later. So that was my reason. Prateek, what was yours for the whole abroad thing?
I have personally not thought anything about like going to abroad, and seeing this situation of Corona, I think I know many people who have earlier, I mean, they have got admission into UCL and all. So still they have not been, still they didn't go there because of this Corona situation. So I think first of all, I didn't have any plan to go abroad right now, and for MBA maybe I go somewhere abroad in US or Canada maybe. So so that was my plan. Like I want to give DUJAT and then maybe have some work experience and then go for CAT. And so this was my thought of action.
All right. An icebreaker. I would just say, guys, please like, share, subscribe. And Pratik and I have done an interview where he's answered all my questions, all your questions rather. Uh, so he's yeah. Yashvita said that if I get selected, UniVoyage will have to take my interview. Yeah, that I don't know if that's an order or a request, but yeah, we help you guys out. Like, don't need to worry on that front at all. Okay. Shikhar is asking, oh, someone just wants you to take their name. Prathamesh Shankar. Pratik, can you take his name? Big fan he
Okay,
is.
okay. All right. Hello, Shikha. Hello, Pratmesh. I don't know how you get here, but it's all right.
Okay, great. Oh, God, there are so many questions. I don't know where to start. How many hours did you study every day?
See, that's again depends. Like during the lockdown period, I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't had any other thing to do. So just one job, that is sitting with the books, maybe playing some games at my phone, or so it was around 8 to 10 hours a day on an average. So yeah, so it solely depends on like how much focused you are and how much enthusiast you are about the your dream college and all.
Great. Lavanya, how many months current affairs is enough? Pratik already answered that, so I will not take that up. Yashita, that's very sweet of you. Thank you. Gitansh, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I solved part of it as I said before. I'm a non-maths and I stand zero in higher and modern maths topics. Where do I begin? You can start by brushing up your concepts, understand the basics. If you are struggling a lot, then I would suggest that leave a few. But that is like worst case scenario. Till then, you can try and brush up your concepts and work on that. And I would also say that give mocks, like even for higher modern maths, give mocks. That is the best way to practice all the topics. How many hours did you regularly study for Ipmat? I did around it depends on the day. There were some days where I did like 6 to 8 hours, and then there were some days where I did 3 to 4 hours. I cannot personally sit for 10 hours, so I think Prateek is a genius in that department. I get numb seeing the topics. It's something new for me. I don't have an idea. Yeah, I feel that you will have to give it some time and get used to it. And they're testing you on this because in the course curriculum also there will be certain topics that you will find difficult. Like now that I'm studying them, so you will have to learn how to approach new areas because there'll be topics from all disciplines in IPM. Is it possible to cover full syllabus from now onwards? Yes, it is. Someone is asking, you are still taking online classes or in campus? This is like an ouch question. Yeah, we will be going to campus soon, like very, very soon. So we've got some notice and all. So I think I will have an answer to that quite soon. Video-based assessment would be slightly easier than PI, right? It depends from person to person. I personally feel that yes, it would be easier because it's in your hands. You have one day to do it. Do they ask maths question in person interview to humanities students? No, they do not. They might ask you basic questions like draw a graph of y is equal to x or draw a graph of log x or x square, things like that. But I think they understand that you haven't done it. Neil, thank you so much. It's me only. It's not some plane or something. How is the academics and IP mat? If you mean the course structure, it's great because you get to learn so much from so many different disciplines and all. And the faculty is amazing. So I think that you will really enjoy it if you like learning. Prateek sir, please help us clear chat. Prateek sir, from where did you cover current affairs? Prateek, you have answered this, right? About current
Yeah,
affairs.
I think
Or
more than twice.
how are you? I'm great. Thank you. I think Prateek is also amazing. How many questions did you answer in each section of IPMAT Indore? So we had a different paper pattern last year. I attempted 10 in QASA, but I gave like 3 flukes because they don't have negative marking. So I was like, why not? Uh, in QA I attempted 16, I think accurately. And in QAVA, I attempted all. And I feel that you should keep it a default that, QAVA to do full only. Like, don't leave out. Prateek is An Shan of SSCBS. Good to
Uh,
know.
Sorry, could you please repeat?
No, someone said you are An Shan of SSCBS.
Okay.
Is reading newspaper enough for general knowledge preparation? And Prateek,
Uh,
sir, just take both of these questions together, no? Prateek, how can I do mocks? Prateek, sir, which section did you find easiest?
Okay, so first of all, for the general awareness, I have already mentioned that you can, apart from reading newspapers, you can also visit websites like Cloud Affairs and GK Today. So these websites, what they do is they form a list of questions for you, like objective-based questions, and I think they are enough for covering all the recent happenings in India. Moreover, for the second question, addressing the second question, like which section did I find the easiest? I think there was no. I had put enough emphasize on all the four sections equally. So I think there was no section which was particularly difficult or no section which was particularly tough. And as far as the mocks are considered, I think in total I have given 16 mocks for DUJAT and the similar number of mocks for IPMAT. And so for mocks again, just giving mocks doesn't make sense. Like if you give a mock and don't analyze it, you would be simply wasting 2 hours of your life. So just don't do that. If you have given mocks, please do invest time in analyzing that also. While analyzing, you would come across various areas like where you do not have prepared much, and various concepts where in which you might feel that you are not that good enough. So just go about that those concepts, especially talking about the quant, and go about those concepts and try to do the simplest of the questions. And again, and I would say that okay, once you have given the mock, analyze it, do the mock again, and see that if you have any improvement in that. So this was my entire mock strategy. Like I went about like this. So initially my mock score was not that great, but with when I started and attempting the mock with more seriousness and more seriousness, then I saw improvement in my results. Moreover, I would suggest that don't leave a mock in between. Try to solve the entire mock in one go. So that helps you to give you an environment of examination, the real examination. So that would be my piece of advice.
Prateek, what was your schedule? Someone is asking you to give them your schedule. So,
Okay, so I don't know how my schedule would help you out, but okay, if you're asking, let me give you. Like during my days of preparation, uh, I divided the entire day into like 3 to 4 parts. Like for some time, I would be. I'm just saying now. Now I'm talking about the initial 1 or 2 months. Like I used to study GK a lot, around 1 to 2 hours a day, from the newspapers and those websites which I mentioned. And apart from that, I used to practice QA and LR each and every day. And I think while I read the newspaper, I had quite improved on my English part also. And while in the last 2 months of my preparation, when the need of mocks was high, so at that time I had devoted around 3 to 4 hours for mocks, like 2 hours for giving a mock and then 2 hours for analyzing it. So like this, I have scheduled, like made the timetable for the entire day.
all right, thank you. Now, please, okay, where did you cover current affairs from Prateek? He said it like twice. Please take my questions. I'm not good at maths. What to do? Practice and give mocks. Just keep practicing. Don't feel disheartened. Or pick up Arun Sharma. Start from LOD 1, 2, 3, and yeah, just keep a very focused approach. Like don't have a very distracted approach that you start with Arun Sharma, then you're like, no, I don't want to do this. You move on to another book. Like finish one book before moving on to the other book. How do you stand against someone who has done like a million internships and they have like 500 medals? No one will have that many internships and medals. I personally did one internship before I cleared the exam, and I don't think it helped me in any way, to be very honest, in the process. So it doesn't matter. You can stand against them by doing well in the aptitude test because that is in your hands. And by preparing for GK and subject topics, because in the interview they usually ask, subject knowledge questions. What type of general knowledge came in IPMAT? IPMAT does not question you in general knowledge. Shivam, Prateek is in SSCBS. So for all sort of CA, not only business, we have to just refer to the last 6 months. This is a question.
Sorry, could you repeat?
So for all sort of CA, we have to And not only business, we have to refer to the last 6 months.
For current affairs, for the last, if you want to take it longer, then I think you can take it till the last 1 year instead of 6 months. That would be a more broad approach. And but I don't think they would ask for the entire year. They would go till 6 to 8 months only. And in the entire CA, like I said, that there were few sections. One of them is the business part. Another one is the static GK, which you can, which I don't think you need to put much emphasis on. Like it has not been asked over the last few years, or even if it has been asked, then the number of questions are too few that you can even leave those questions if they are, or just like if you are confident of getting 80 correct out of 100 questions, then you can just make some flukes. And I think that could help. And lastly, there's current affairs. Apart from the business GK, again, there are websites which I mentioned, so I think you can prepare from there.
BMS versus BBAFI.
Okay, so BMS and BBFIA, I think both are quite sought after courses in the DU circuit. And in Shahid Sukhdev College, both the courses were introduced around some 15 or maybe 18 years back. So if I'm not wrong, they were introduced some 20 or more than 20 years back. Okay. So I think both the BMS as a course is quite, as a course which covers the general management aspect, like it covers from marketing management to the operational management and all sorts of management. But if I talk about the BBFIA, it's more focused. It has a more focused approach towards the finance. Like the BBFIA, as it stands for, the FIA stands for Financial Investment Analysis. So it teaches you how to make the analysis of whatever investment you are doing in the field of finance. So so I think that's the main difference between BMS and BBFIA. And as of now, I think you should focus more on your board's examinations, and it could be later cleared out.
Okay. A PI or VBA, I cannot tell you which would be asked. Higher and modern maths, and I think I've said that you can skip it if you're struggling a lot. But ideally, you should at least know the basics so that you're sorted. If you know a majority of the questions are from there and you can practice. Campus, dekha kya, we will be making a video on that soon. So you guys can stay tuned for that. And we have like a lot of IM students with us, so we'll ensure that you guys get good content. Yeah, sure. Hostel tour, sure. Soon we'll be making a video on that. How to manage time in quant section. I would suggest that the quant section, you can give mock so that you get an idea as to how to identify this is like a more time taking question, this isn't. Then 12th percentage, I got 93.23. And Prateek, your 12th percentage.
I got 97.4 in
What
best of
are your,
5.
nice. What are your suggestions, IPM or DUJAT? Uh, Suggestions is you will have to watch Prateek and mine in my interview to know what our opinion is on the both of them. For higher math, Haris Agarwal book and Arun Sharma LOD is enough. Yes, but I would still say that pick up a 12th book and clear your concepts for higher maths.
You are confident enough that you have attempted 80 questions and or maybe 85 questions, and you are and you know that 80 questions out of those 85 must be correct, that you have attempted those correct. So to so that after that 85 question benchmark, which is said to be a benchmark, because the last 15 questions are those questions which either we don't know how to solve, or either we are told not to solve because the probability of getting them wrong is high. So just go so in that scenario, I would say if the level of paper is easy, then you can go about solving all 100 questions, because like out of the 5 questions, like if I take a group of 5 questions, if out of those 4 questions are right, 4 questions, even 4 are wrong and one is right, then you get a cumulative score of 0 for those 5 questions. And let's say you get 2 questions right out of those 5, then you get +8 -3, so +5. So I think even if you make 15 flukes in the paper and you get 2 right out of every 5, every set of 5 questions, then you get extra 15 marks, which I think it may set you apart from the rest of the crowd.
All right. There's one question about mocks spoiling the confidence level. I would say that firstly, don't feel underconfident if you get bad in your first mock, because no one performs like extraordinary well in the first mock. And give it in the beginning only. Like, don't worry that you haven't covered the whole syllabus. You won't till the very last day, is what I feel. So that is my suggestion. Brush up for English is good for DUJAT and IPM. If you are at a decent verbal level, then yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, we will be sharing our video-based assessment videos soon, and interview also we'll arrange for, a mock interview that accurately depicts what IPMAT videos are like. So don't worry about that. Yes, it's possible to crack if you start now. Ayush Anand is saying aiming to break your 350 record in JAT 2021.
Okay, first of all, 350, I scored 340, and yeah, I would suggest you breaking that record, and best of luck for that.
Good colleges of DU in your opinion.
Okay, for DU, if you want to give DUJAT and then get into good colleges of DUJAT, then I think Shahid Sukhdev is the best of all. Then you have Keshav Mahavidyalaya and Deen Dayal Upadhyay College in respect of the BMS course. And like I won't suggest you going to colleges just for the sake of the names. I would rather suggest you choose colleges on the basis of the course you want to pursue. So, like, I wanted to pursue BBFIA. So, like, BBFIA isn't just 2 colleges in Delhi University, and out of them, one is a girls college. So, effectively, for boys, there is just one college where you get this course. And for BMS, there are 16 colleges, and out of those 16 colleges, you have Shahid Sukhdev, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, and Keshav Mahavidyalaya. And if you really want to go for economics honors, then I think nothing could be better than SRCC. And again, for BCom honors, also SRCC is the best college as described by a few of my friends. And again, for if you somehow didn't get admission in SRCC, maybe you can go to Hansraj Hindu, and they are equally good colleges, like very reputable ones.
Okay, I think I got lost. Was my internet? What are your plans after BMS? Prateek, I think, wants experience and then he wants to go for MBA. And if you want to know his plans in detail, you can join you can watch our interview, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hmm. Will you answered this? There are a lot of thank yous and all for you.
Okay.
All the
Thank
best for
you.
your exam, Prateek sir. I really look up to you, Prateek sir. Um,
Please don't call me sir. And just call me Prateek. I'll be cool with that.
yeah. Uh, okay. Since BBA will be easy, there will be no VAT, so indirectly it doesn't mean you have to score more in aptitude. Yes, you have to score more in aptitude, like irrespective of whatever is there later. Just score more in whatever exam you can, but yeah. For predictions for IPR 2022, we have a video with Siddharth Rastogi sir on increasing seats and all, so you can have a look at that. Um, Prateek sir, any tips regarding how to crack AEC exam?
AC, okay. Personally, I have not given the examination. I have not also have not seen the exam pattern, so I don't think I am in a position to answer that question.
Okay. Prateek sir, how was your OBE mock exam? Sure will that top? Sure will top that too.
Mock. Sorry, could you repeat?
Your OBE mock exam. I do not know the context to this.
Uh, okay. Is it related to the college? If yes, then I don't. Then
All right, you just let this go then. Please give us your best wishes for upcoming exams. Yeah, his and mine both best wishes.
yeah, sure. All the best to everyone.
Finally reached to the end of this question line. I'd just like to read this out to you. Thank you, sir. Modesty is what I look up to. Hashtag ID, which Prateek God. Prateek, how to clear GE and AECC? AECC, I think he said G.
Okay.
Prateek.
G and AECC are subjects. I think I should not answer this here. This is not related to DUJAT anyways.
Yeah, all right, all right. Um, प्रतीक इंग्लिश में पास करवा दे अरे यार okay. Like there is someone who is saying प्रतीक मुझसे शादी करोगी.
Can you please read the name once?
It's awesome kid, so it might be okay. Fine, if we leave this aside. So, guys, if you all have any more questions related to this, let us know in these 2 minutes because then we will be signing off. I think we spent an hour over answering tons of questions. So, if there is anything more, let us know. Which college is best for only BBA in India?
Only
Only
BBA.
BBA.
Only BBA. Narsimunji or maybe Christ. So for only
Yeah, I
BBA.
would also. Yeah, NMIMS is a good option, but it depends on you. Like if you're staying somewhere outside, then coming to Bombay and staying here and all, like it take just think about all the factors before you decide. Which mock series should I prefer? You can come to UniVoyage. I would again say that don't look at any series like XYZ, just give, like from everywhere give. Like, we'll be coming up, so you can rely on us for good quality mocks. And the entire point is that, you should just give more and more for practice. Please tell us about crowd at CBS.
The crowd at CBS is highly talented and at the same time competitive. So you just need to, I think, work on yourself each and every day. Otherwise, you won't be able to stand out. So in that scenario, just be yourself and just work on yourself. And the crowd, I think, like in every college you will find a few people who are more talented and more yeah, more talented than you. And so don't so just be humble there and make good friends and try to make it long life friends. And then I think surely you will be able to adjust after a few maybe after a few months, like with the high level of competition there. Like everyone is taking parts in 10 competitions each and every day. I mean every day, every week. So the competition is quite high. That's all I would like to say. And the crowd is super genius.
Okay, great. I would just sorry, Gitansh, I missed your question. I read it, but I don't know how I missed it. Is there any process for acing parajumbles, fill in the blank sentence correction from basic level? Yes, you can read through. Well, there's very little theory related to all this, so you can read through the little theory and then you can practice these questions. All right. What is the rank of Shahid Sukhdev for BMS in India? BMS,
I think for BMS,
yeah.
as a B school, as an undergrad B school, Shahid Sukhdev is ranked one in All India. So I think for BMS also, I think that there is no particular rank for either BMS or BBFIS. So as a B school, you can consider it as the best college, the B school in terms of undergraduation.
I prepared for Ipmat across a span of 5 months post my board exams. I had referred to multiple sources. If you're asking me where all I took help from. I took help from multiple sources, and I think the reason why we all create, I mean, all of us students, I am in the created um, UniVoyage was because we personally we felt that you know you can't get everything at one source. As of now, that is the scene. So we wanted to try and make it easier for you guys. So that's it, guys. I think we'll end this live over here. Uh, just yeah, okay. It's now just unnecessary stuff in the chat. All right. So thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe to UniVoyage. Prateek, can I take the liberty to ask them to reach out to you if they want to, or that's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right?
sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, so reach
Feel
out to
free to
him.
reach out.
Yeah, reach out to me and us, I mean, UniVoyage team on Telegram. Our Telegram links are very, very available. We have an active community over there of, around 800 students and quite promising students. So, about